Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, at the Hydrogen and Fuel Cells Europe here at the Hannover Fair of 2023. In case you haven't yet, take a seat, grab a drink, and enjoy our next interview. My name is Mareike Schmalz, and the next topic that we're going to talk about is hydrogen storage and distribution. And I'm happy to present our next guest, Dr. Peter Sponholz. He is CRO of Apex. So, nice to see you.
Yeah, thanks for having me here.
So, the goal of Apex is to make hydrogen, green hydrogen, competitive and available across the board. That is a big mission. Would you like to tell us a little bit about your company and how you tackle this challenge?
Yeah, absolutely. So the Apex was founded more than 20 years ago, but anyway, we started to retransform the Apex more than 5 years ago, or 4.5 years ago, switching the business case from PV completely to hydrogen. We are located in or near Rostock, and there we installed more or less a complete hydrogen valley, meaning that we have, let's say, all the usual components that you would wish to have for a hydrogen valley, like for sure green energy, directly connected PV plant. We have a 2 megawatt electrolyzer system, compression, buffer storage, low pressure buffer storage, high buffer storage. We have re-electrification units like fuel cells, CHP, but also refueling spots for buses at 350 bars and also cars at 700 bars, plus a trailer filling station, also bringing the hydrogen from our place to other places where the hydrogen is needed. So we also have some off-take agreements for the hydrogen as well. So it's kind of an entire playground with all the hydrogen components you could wish of.
Yeah, that sounds like a really broad portfolio. My congratulations. So which is your particular focus and where do you, for example, rely on partners in your mission?
So what we did, as mentioned before, so we implemented, did all the engineering, the permissioning is also a big challenge for those hydrogen projects. And this is the business case in the moment. So we're an EPC player for third-party projects. So we're going out, implementing hydrogen projects for others. So we will have, for instance, one of our first projects for a customer will be, the groundbreaking will be on Thursday this week. In Bremen, and there the hydrogen of a 10 megawatt electrolyzer system will be implemented into the steel production for ArcelorMittal.
Wow. Okay, could you give us a little more details about this project?
Yeah, so as mentioned, there we will have a 10 megawatt electrolyzer system, a PEM system, and we implement the electrolyzer plus the storage buffer compression. And so we're taking the first steps together with our cooperation partners over there to make green steel happen.
Okay. Yeah. Sounds very, very challenging and interesting and sounds like a big step in your mission. I learned that you yourself did your doctorate at the Leibniz Institute for Catalysis. Do you still maintain these contacts and are they partners for your research, for example?
Yeah, definitely. So you're totally right. So I studied chemistry, did my PhD in chemistry plus catalysis research. I think lots of you know that catalysis is kind of a key cornerstone for making different kind of processes happen, and not only happen, but also to make them more efficient and reliable. And this is something we're concentrating on also in the moment. And my topic was and still is the hydrogen storage. So I brought two white powders.
Okay, yeah, what's it about?
So the one is the, let's say, this is bicarbonate. This is something that you all know. It's normally it's baking powder, and you just can put this into water. You solve it into water, and then you can hydrogenate it, and then you just get out this powder for sure in water. And with this technology, you can store hydrogen in a very easy manner. And this is something we're concentrating on also in the Apex group. So this is kind of my personal, more or less side topic in that case. And the benefit of this technology is definitely when having the right catalyst, that both reactions, so the hydrogen load and unload, are happening at very mild conditions, 40 to 50 bar with the loading, and then 60 bar of temperature is enough to really run those processes.
That's cool. So bringing the product right to the stage, I guess in the form of gas, that would have been more difficult.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So to give you an example, so this formate salts, if you would kind of put them into a normal vessel, like or in a pressurized vessel, then you would have this. I mean, or this corresponds to 800 to 900 bars of pressurized hydrogen instead.
Wow. Yeah, that sounds super interesting. So to the audience, in case you have any questions about this topic or any other question to Peter, feel free to raise your hand and I will bring the microphone directly to you. So don't hesitate. You are quite an expert in the field of hydrogen because you have more than 10 years of experience. We all know that the hydrogen topic is a big one, and over the last decade there has been a lot of ups and downs and changes in the industry, trends that then disappeared. How do you see the situation that we're currently at? Would you say we are at a breakthrough point of the technology?
Yeah, absolutely. So I listened also to the discussions that we had here on stage before. I think we are at a point of, let's say, no return in the moment. I think all the ways are paved into a green hydrogen economy, and I think right now, let's say we have to ramp up all the infrastructures, not only the infrastructure for hydrogen, but also for the producing for the components that will be needed to install those infrastructure and so on. So I think we're on a very good way in the moment. So I mean, personally, it's just the second time for me at the Hannover Fair. The last time I was here, it was in 2019, and I think we had a very small, hall where the hydrogen fair was in. And right now, you see, I mean, I think we have one main hall and then two splitted ones.
Yeah,
so,
we
I mean,
grew a lot.
Also, it is absolutely huge in the moment.
Yeah, the scale is really a different one.
Yeah.
So we started this whole thing in 1995, so it's been quite a while.
Definitely, yeah.
And it's wonderful to see the size that it has grown to. It has always been growing, but at least to me it feels like this is next level that we're looking at today. And I hope it is. And I hope you and your company play your role in bringing us to a sustainable future.
Definitely.
So, if there are no questions from the audience, there are. Okay, I come to you.
One question, how many kilograms of the baking powder, you said, you need to store about 4,000 kilograms of hydrogen?
You need a factor by 30 around. So you need 30 times more of this material to store the hydrogen in that compound. It is, definitely, absolutely.
Yeah, the question was whether it was easily available.
It is on the one hand, is easily available, and it's also very cheap. It's like normal salt which you use for bake, and the toxicity is also, let's say, very friendly. It's not harmful at all, so it's comparable to the normal salt you're using for cooking at home.
Next question, also from the audience.
How many percentage you have to solve these in water to have the saturated saturated liquid? So you're solving this in water, right?
Yes.
So about 3% is our tacticum of this. So you can't solve 100% of them in 1 liter water.
It is possible.
Okay.
but anyway, there are limitations
somewhere on some point.
Yeah, absolutely.
Under some percentage value. So that means when you have the factor of 30, then you need this a lot more, maybe
Yeah.
30
Okay.
times more than water, you know.
Let me give you the following explanation. So we're working on two different kinds of solutions. The one is for stationary application, and then we just we'll solve that powder into water, and we will keep it solved. So we will not bring it out. So this is for stationary applications, because resolving the salt is also an issue, and this is something we would do if we have to distribute the hydrogen from different places to another one. So this
So you need a big, you have a big volume of this solution then to store this hydrogen.
Yeah.
Because you can salt is soluted by the 23% a saturated solution then afterwards. So that is almost the same, you say.
yeah, more or less. I mean, depending on the salt, for sure. But yeah. Definitely, yeah. But only once. Yeah.
So, I love the discussion that just started. But I wanted to pick you up on a point that you tackled earlier. That was the point of cost, because I guess that is quite a crucial thing. So, how would you say are our opportunities to make green hydrogen more competitive regarding price?
I guess everybody who's involved in the hydrogen business knows that the most important factor for producing cheap green hydrogen from electrolysis is the renewable energies. So we will definitely find the most cheapest green hydrogen at places where we have very cheap renewable energies. I mean, for sure we all know the areas like South America, Africa, the Arabian world, and so on. So I guess there we will find the spots where we produce lots of cheap renewable energies and also lots of cheap green hydrogen, and also lots of, let's say, cheap green products that we could easily ship from one place to the other.
Yeah, that's a very true point, because we are on a global mission.
Yep,
Let's
absolutely.
never forget about that. So not every country, not every location on this planet might be perfect for overtaking a part of the chain. But there's definitely also a role for Europe, I assume.
Yeah, definitely it is, and we don't want to be dependent on all the, on two big players, which to run into the same situation that we had the last month. But I guess, and for that reason, it's definitely important to build up own hydrogen and green hydrogen projects in Europe, and more specifically in Germany. This is also the mission of APEX. We are part of this EU program, this EPCEI projects. So at our site in Rostock-Lage, we will also implement and engineer a 100 megawatt electrolyzer system. And then there are also other projects where we are involved, implementing different kind of sizes of electrolyzers, and then generating lots of green hydrogen and bring it to the hopefully then green industry.
Yeah, thank you. So I guess one could say that our homework here is to always keep on working on research, working on innovation.
Absolutely.
And as you hold the position of CRO, I think that is particularly your personal mission, isn't it?
Definitely, definitely. I think, we have a very strong research and development infrastructure here in Germany. So you mentioned the Catalysis Institute, where I did my PhD. We are also in contact with lots of other technical and universities, other research institutes like Helmholtz, Fraunhofer, and so on. So I think this is, it's not the work of one company or one university. It needs to be something that we in a group are solving. So this is absolutely important, and we're pretty happy to be one part of the puzzle.
Yeah, and it's important to also bring new people into the technology, I assume, to fascinate them for the topic and make them the next generation of engineers or experts that drive us forward.
Yes, yes, definitely. Yeah, we're also working on that. Bringing or kind of developing your own new employees or engineers for the company. It's always, I mean, a big challenge and topic. Yeah, we're giving some classes in universities, kind of attracting new young people.
So
Also
you educate, but you also recruit in
absolutely,
that way? Okay.
yeah. So we're also open that also young groups or people coming and visit our site in Rostock, also already in school age, so that they kind of get a feeling what hydrogen really means at the end of the day, and yeah, hopefully will end up in a position or at a university spot where they could be a suitable person for green hydrogen at the end.
Yeah, that's a wonderful outlook in the future. As we are approaching the end of this talk, as I saw, there are quite some questions in the audience. If you want to learn more about Apex and want to continue the discussion with Peter, feel free to visit them at their stand. It is the booth number G21. It is in...
It's over there.
Over there, okay. So you got the direction. And yeah, feel free to continue the talk. And thank you once again, Peter, for this lovely talk. Give him a warm applause, please.
Thanks.